if I told you your biggest success might not have been your doing? That the promotion, the investment, the relationship, all of it wasn't just talent or hustle, but luck. Pure randomness. It sounds scary, but it's weirdly empowering too, because once you understand how luck works, you can actually start using it. In today's talk, I'm sharing 5 mind-blowing books that completely shift how we think about chance, skill, and success. These books will shock you, motivate you, and maybe humble you too. Let's start with Nassim Taleb's Fooled by Randomness. This book is a punch in the ego. Taleb, a former options trader, says most of what we call talent or intelligence is often just randomness in disguise. He writes, "Mild success can be explainable by skills and labor. Wild success is attributable to variance." He gives the example of traders who made millions in the market and believed they were brilliant, only to lose everything when the tide turned. They weren't smart, they were lucky, and they didn't realize it. That's the danger. The book is sarcastic, philosophical, and full of real-world examples. It's one of those reads that sticks with you. Then we have The Drunkard's Walk by Leonard Mlodinow. The title itself is a metaphor for how unpredictably we all move through life. Mlodinow, a physicist and storyteller, explains how randomness plays a huge role in everything from job interviews to box office hits. He writes, "The most important decisions we make are often made in ignorance of the randomness that affects them." He walks you through studies and anecdotes, like why some mediocre actors become famous and why companies often mistake a lucky quarter for great management. What I love about this book is how it reveals how often our minds search for patterns and explanations, even when randomness is the real culprit. Another deep dive into luck and skill is The Success Equation by Mauboussin. This one's more analytical, but totally readable. He breaks down activities like sports, investing, and entrepreneurship into a spectrum. On one end, you have games of skill like chess. On the other, games of pure luck like roulette. Most of life falls somewhere in between. He says, "Success in any field is a mix of skill and luck. The more luck is involved, the more you need to play the game longer." He talks about how understanding this balance can help us avoid overreacting to short-term wins or losses. This book is a favorite among strategists and decision makers because it helps separate what we can control from what we can't. Now let's talk about a more uplifting take. The Luck Factor by Richard Wiseman. This one's a psychological exploration of why some people just seem luckier than others. Wiseman, a psychologist, actually conducted experiments on people who identified as lucky or unlucky, and he found patterns. Lucky people are more open, more relaxed, more observant, and more willing to take chances. One quote that stood out to me was, "Lucky people create, notice, and act upon chance opportunities." In one experiment, he left cash on the sidewalk. The unlucky group walked right past it. The lucky ones spotted it immediately. It's not about magic, it's about mindset, perception, and behavior. This book makes luck feel practical and possible. Finally, there's Luck by Ed Smith. Smith, a former cricketer turned writer, blends personal stories with history, sports, and business. His central idea is that we obsess over control in a world full of chaos. He writes, "In hindsight, we shape luck into a story. But reality doesn't follow a script." He tells stories of athletes who just happened to be in the right place at the right time, or missed their big shot due to one random event. The beauty of this book is that it doesn't try to sell you a formula. It's more philosophical, more reflective, and yet it gives you a strange kind of peace. You realize you're not alone in feeling like things are sometimes just out of your hands. So, is success all about luck? Not exactly. But the smarter we get about randomness, the better we can navigate it. These books don't just make you wiser, they make you more prepared. Whether you're launching a project, changing careers, or just trying to make sense of why things happen the way they do, understanding luck gives you an edge. If you've ever looked back and thought, "Wow, that could have gone either way," you're already halfway there. Stay curious, stay grounded, and remember, chance favors the prepared mind.